The galaxy had seen war before, but nothing like this. The hollow swarm didn't come for power, didn't talk or reason, they only consumed. Planet after planet vanished into black silence, and the Galactic Council, once proud and united, grew weaker with every passing cycle. Ancient species who ruled for thousands of years now begged for survival, but the swarm gave none. When the final council meeting was held, only 12 worlds remained, and their leaders, all once rivals, spoke with trembling voices. They sent a message across the stars: "We surrender." Billions heard it, including the last known human outpost, but Earth said nothing. While others mourned their defeat, humanity's silence felt colder than space itself. Some believed Earth had already been destroyed, erased by the swarm like the others. But in deep space, beyond the ruined edge of Mars, quiet stations powered on. Satellites turned. Forgotten machines, buried beneath lunar dust, began to hum. A signal bounced through old military relays, repeating a phrase lost to time: "Initiate contingency protocol Iron Wake." Earth wasn't broken. Earth was waiting. And as the rest of the galaxy gave up, something ancient, something very human, began to rise, not in words, but in the quiet promise of fire. Far from the eyes of the broken galaxy, a single human battleship drifted in the shadows near Neptune, dark and silent like a forgotten relic. Its name was the Resolute, a warship from a past war no one remembered, but its systems still listened. Then, without warning, the ship came alive. Lights blinked. Engines groaned. A short, encrypted message burst from its core and echoed across deep space: "Load everything." That signal hit old listening posts, buried on moons, activated weapon silos hidden in Mars' crust, and triggered sleeper codes in AI cores thought dead. Commander Helena Ward, the last captain assigned to the Iron Wake protocol, stepped out of cryosleep. She wasn't surprised. She had always believed this day would come, the day when the galaxy would fall, and Earth would be left to stand alone. Across the solar system, machines that hadn't moved in a century began building, shaping, and loading weapons meant for extinction-level threats. Earth's enemies had thought humanity would die quietly. But humanity was never designed for quiet ends. They were built to resist, to survive, and when needed, to fight back harder than anyone thought possible. The galaxy had gone silent. Earth had just sent its reply. The hollow swarm, sensing weakness across the stars, turned its endless hunger toward Sol. To them, Earth was just another dying ember in a galaxy already burned. Their scouts slipped past broken outposts and shattered defense lines, expecting no resistance. But as the first swarm vessel entered the edge of Jupiter's orbit, it vanished, no distress call, no trace. Another followed, and it too disappeared. Confusion spread through the swarm's vast network. Then came the first sign flashes of light behind Saturn's rings, followed by strange readings and unknown weapon signatures. What they found was not silence, but fire. Rising from the shadows came a fleet of black, angular ships older than any current design, yet pulsing with deadly new upgrades. These were not the clean, polished crafts of the Galactic Council. They were forged in forgotten wars, sharpened by human desperation and hatred. Without warning, they struck. Missile storms ripped through the vacuum. Laser arrays sliced through swarm armor like paper. The predators had come for a meal, but found a force that didn't run, didn't beg, and didn't break. For the first time in their campaign of destruction, the swarm hesitated. In the cold of space, they had touched something they didn't understand: Earth's fury. Commander Helena Ward stood at the command deck of the Resolute, eyes fixed on the enemy swarm ahead. Her voice calm but firm as she gave the order: "Push forward." While the rest of the galaxy had accepted retreat as survival, Earth had never learned that word. The human fleet, now fully awakened, didn't build walls, they built traps. They didn't wait, they hunted. AI-guided strike pods launched from hidden moon bases, slipping through gravity wells and black holes to hit swarm hives with pinpoint precision. Massive orbital cannons, buried on Mercury, fired beams powerful enough to slice dreadnoughts in half. Swarm tactics, once feared and unbeatable, began to crumble against the chaos-driven strategies of humanity. Earth's forces used everything: gravity distortions, decoy fleets, EMP shadows, and false transmissions to bait the swarm into dead zones where nothing returned. Even captured enemy ships were hacked and turned into walking bombs. Every human soldier, every drone, every AI system fought with one clear message: this is not your galaxy anymore. The Council watched in stunned silence from afar. As the impossible happened, the swarm began to retreat. Systems once lost forever were being reclaimed. Planets burned black were now surrounded by human rescue fleets. Earth wasn't just defending itself. It was rewriting the rules of war. The galaxy had forgotten what humans could do when they had nothing left to lose, and now they were remembering. But it wasn't hope that filled the stars. It was something colder, something sharper. Humanity had tasted the silence of surrender from others, and decided to answer it with noise. Relentless, brutal, and unstoppable noise. Earth wasn't here to survive. It was here to end the war. And it wasn't going to stop. Not now. Not ever. In the deep void beyond the last known stars, the final hive of the hollow swarm burned. Commander Helena Ward stood in the command center of the Resolute, her uniform torn, her ship battered, but her eyes steady. The long war was over not because peace was signed, but because humanity had hunted the enemy to the edge of existence and made sure they never returned. The Council sent messages asking Earth to stop, to return, to rebuild together. But Helena replied with only one sentence: "We finish what you wouldn't." Earth's fleet, scarred but unbroken, kept moving deeper into the dark, chasing every whisper of the swarm until no more signals came. The stars that had once flickered with fear now saw fire. Not wild destruction, but focused, unforgiving fire, the kind that burns only when someone refuses to kneel. And in that silence after the storm, something shifted. The galaxy, for the first time in 1,000 years, understood what Earth truly was. Not just a planet, not just a species, but a warning, a lesson. The kind written in steel, taught through war, and remembered in ash. Civilizations across the stars, once proud and powerful, now whispered one name with respect and fear: humanity. And in every dark place where danger rose again, that name carried a quiet promise that if Earth ever went silent again, it wasn't because they were gone. It was because they were aiming. Because when the galaxy gave up, Earth didn't. And when the galaxy begged for mercy, Earth loaded its guns.